Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm making another video. Okay, one of these days I'm gonna have to make like a high video, like where we smoke together, like we can just like vibe out. But like today I'm sober. Actually, I have a little bit of drink. Hold on, let me go grab that. I got y'all. Alright y'all, I decided against it because I forgot that like the alcohol that I have is not good. Like, I don't have liquor. I have like, what's that called? 2020? Yeah, I have the blue one, but like it tastes kind of like Four Loko, and Four Lokos are just, they're not it anymore. Like, I used to like it. I thought it was like a cool soda, but now I'm like, ugh, because like I've had too many of those where like the next day I basically throw up and like they're just disgusting. So I think that's just in my mind, and that's why I can't drink it, and it kind of tastes like it. So anyways, this is Penelope. Say hi guys. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about I'm gonna give you guys an update on what's been happening, because yeah, I'm gonna give you guys an update on my love life. You know, that's why I have hearts, and also just, you know, for aesthetic reasons, because it just adds. Okay, but anyways, okay, so I'm gonna use different names for different people so we can like keep it a secret, but like not, you know. So if you've been watching my other videos, I mentioned 3 people with different names. So I mentioned Monica, I mentioned Veronica, and Lindsay. And now my boyfriend, you know, whatever, I'm not gonna say his actual name, I'm just gonna say Sexy Anime, because I've mentioned that in another video that I didn't really post. I don't know, I'm just gonna still use that name. So me and Sexy Anime are texting again, and you guys are like probably like, what, y'all been texting probably, or like what happened? I'm about to give y'all the real tea, the real ass tea. It's hot, it's spicy, and I kind of look like the bad guy, but then he also does too, but I feel like I really do at the end of the day. But then I don't know. Y'all just like see what y'all think about it. I don't know, but I mean right now we're like good, so it's not like it's bad, but like how did it get to good? Let me tell y'all. So it all started when me, Monica, Veronica, and Lindsay all hung out. Monica and Veronica were my high school best friends. I transferred to their high school my senior year. We became best friends, blah blah blah, whoop-de-whoop. There we go, best friends, whatever. Also, during my high school year, which this has to be for another video, I was basically not really myself, and I was like the white version of myself, and I didn't even realize this. Basically, me, Monica, Veronica, we were friends. I was like white in high school. They were already like outside of that stage, but no one told me that I was like, I mean, they told me but didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I was just in a walking embarrassment basically. So yeah. Then Lindsay, so I used to go to like this other school. Remember when I said I transferred to their school my senior year? Well, Lindsay used to go to my other school that I went to before I transferred, and she had transferred earlier than I did. So she was there like sophomore year or whatever, already met everybody, knew everybody, whatever. I never really saw her my senior year because I think she graduated early. So like I think I saw her like maybe, actually I don't think I saw her at all. But like I heard of her because Veronica and her used to be like best friends. Like they've known each other since they were 3, which I was like, what? Like, what? How did I miss out on all of this? Like, just a small fucking world, really. We were all hanging out. First it was me, Veronica, and Monica all hanging out, and then I was like, oh, bring Lindsay, because I was like, I haven't seen her in so long, and apparently she dated Sexy Anime, which is my boyfriend, right? Let's unload everything. So then we hung out, right? She ended up coming over, and you know, we're smoking, drinking, whatever, a little bit drunk. I mean, we were further along than she was, but like drunk still. Like she was, you know, spilling the tea, everything. basically what she told me was, so me and Sexy Anime were like on a break, like multiple times actually, because the first time was because I said he wasn't man enough for me, and I said basically because of that I think I'm turning gay. Which is kind of like, that's hurtful. It's not funny because it's like, it's not, but like, it's just, I was trying to hurt his feelings because I just feel like he wasn't, like, I remember like I missed him, like I barely really saw him, like it was just a lot. So I was like, no. And then so I basically want to hurt his feelings and say I think I'm gay, which I wasn't, because obviously like I loved him, but we hadn't said I love you at all yet. But now that we've said it, I have no problem saying love you or anything like that, because it's just like we already passed that barrier, you know. But okay, so basically she said on one of our breaks they went out. Sexy Anime took her on an aquarium date. Now let me tell you, like, Sexy Anime has always wanted to take me on an aquarium date, but like never has. And the first thing he wants to do with Lindsay is take her on an aquarium date. Let me tell you, my heart was shattered. I was like, what? Y'all went where? And then she was like, oh, you know, it felt like we were 15, 16 again. I was like, at this point, I'm like, are y'all still talking? Like, are y'all fucking? Like, what's going on? Like, do I look like a goofy right now? Like, what's going on? Because, what? Then she says, like, basically, they were, like, together sophomore year. He was her first everything. Like, he was my kind of first everything, too. So I was like, what? I didn't know that part. I didn't know, like, he was her first everything. I was like, wow. So we're in the same boat. Okay, best believe I'm gonna win this, bitch. And then just gets better. She says, oh, you know, I put a flower in his wall. So basically this whole time, which I've never seen this flower and I want to look for it next time, because where's this fucking flower she's talking about? Like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, it's starting to hurt my heart again, because I'm just like, what? There's like a flower in the wall, which I think I'm gonna hang out with him today, and if I go to his house, I'm gonna be like, where's his flower? Because where is his flower? Because then she's like, oh, you know, I basically helped him out. Like, he used to like live at my house, blah blah blah. I used to like take care of him, all this stuff. I was like, what? No wonder he went back to you, because there's so much history there. And I remember like Sexy Anime saying, like, she said she would kill herself if Sexy Anime wasn't in her life or something like that. So I'm like, will this ever end then? Because I know for me, if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't want that to end either. It just sucks because, like, when I think about it, I'm like, we're not in competition, but like we are, because I don't know if he's still texting her. That's my thing. I'm like, are you still texting her? Like, what's going on? But I mean, there's more to the story, because this is just scratching the top. And you know, all this time I'm just listening. I'm just like, wow, like, I knew this, like, all this stuff. I'm like, I basically knew this. In my mind, I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I knew he was like, I was basically thinking he was like a hoe, because like before, like, he would like text other girls and stuff, and like I had his Instagram password and like saw all this shit. So like I knew like that was probably there, and that probably didn't stop, which honestly I didn't care at the same time. But also we weren't like fully official, you know? So it's like it was like I was okay with it, because I wasn't like I was the main one, and I kind of liked that I was like the main one, even though all we really did was text. So I'm like, was I the main one? But then he claims that he didn't fuck anybody else in 4 years, which 4 years is like whenever we met. So I'm just like, is he lying? Oh no, my Mac's about to die. Let me grab my charger real quick. Just like, is he lying? Like, is he just a good fucking liar? I don't know, but this there's more. So she says that, right? And at this point I'm just like, well, I just text him. I'm like, you know what? Like, I already know. And I basically blocked him. Like, I was like, you know what? I already know. Don't talk to me anymore. Like, all this stuff. Basically said, oh yeah, I missed the most important part. So another detail she said was that he raped her, apparently. Which I'm like, what? So she also said that part. And I was like, he raped you? And at this point, we're drunk, whatever, and I'm just like, if I hear a girl say that, it's almost like I automatically believed her. Like, all the other things seemed so true. Like, it didn't seem like it was a lie. Which I'm gonna explain, because like there's just a lot of puzzle pieces to this. Because some other person was like, well, or Monica, she was like, well, I think she's lying because she lied to me about something else. Like, Lindsay had whispered something into Monica's ear while she was going away with this other guy. It's just a lie. But while Monica was leaving, she was leaving with this other guy, and then this other guy was dating our friend. I'll name her Jessica. And so basically Lindsay said that he was still seeing Jessica, even though he was picking her up and doing whatever they were gonna do, whatever. So I'm just like, what? But then apparently the guy said that was fake and that was false and that wasn't true. So I'm just like, was she just lying in that moment? And then everything else was true, like what she was saying to us? Because it seemed like what she was saying to us was true. Like, it's not like it was like evilly like planned. Like, I don't think it was like that. And something else confirms it too later on. So I'm gonna get to that. It's a lot. Okay, so then after this, I'm like, what? He raped you? No, what? I didn't know this. Like, I was so surprised. I was so shocked. Like, I never expected this to come out of, her mouth. Like, I didn't think anything of that. And then she was like, oh, do y'all, like, every time y'all have sex, like, do y'all have sex raw or with condoms? I'm like, both, condoms and raw. She was like, oh, well, good for you, because we only had it raw. Tell me why I got jealous about that. I was like, what? Like, huh? How did they only have it raw? But I'm also thinking that they were young at this time. Like, they were young, 15, 16. Obviously, you're still exploring different things, whatever. So I'm just like, I feel like this is just like the beginning of like exploring sex or whatever, So I feel like that's what it was. It wasn't like, now that he's with me, he like knows better, basically. I feel like that's what it was, because I'm like, what? Huh? Who? So many things. So then I hear all this, right? I'm storing this in my drunk ass mind. Drunk and high, both. Like, I'm storing them in my mind, trying to figure out, what am I hearing? I'm believing it. I'm texting him. And then here's the other thing. So Lindsay starts texting him, and he's like, what did he say? He says something along the lines of, she's gay, which I don't know what she asked. I should have asked that, but I don't know what she asked. He was like, she's gay, talking about me. And I'm like, knowing damn well we texting each other. So I'm just like, why did he say I'm gay? I think Lindsay texted Sexy Anime and said, are you talking to Jasmine or something like that? I don't even know. And then Sexy Anime said, oh, I'm gay. Or I mean, she's gay. So I'm just like, what? And I feel like, here's my theory. I'm like, because he's the type of person that would like, I don't know, play with you, I feel like. And we like to play with each other. So I feel like this is what it is. I feel like he was like, I'm gonna hurt her feelings back. I have multiple theories, but this first one is like, oh, I'm gonna hurt her feelings back because she basically hurt my feelings by saying she was gay. So like he's like throwing it back at me, even though we were literally texting. Like I had a heart. His name was a heart. Like literally texting. Like just not like obviously. He had already said I love you too. So what? And then it just makes me laugh because I'm like going back to that moment and I'm just like trying to figure out like what is going on. Like I hope he's not like still seeing her now. But there's more to the story, and I might have to do a part 2 because this is like a long ass video and I don't want y'all to be like bored basically. Hopefully you're following along. Okay, so he says, oh, she's gay, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, he's just mad. Like I remember saying that. I'm like, oh, he's just mad because I remember our conversation that we had, like when I said I was gay, I wanted to explore whatever, and I really was just trying to do that to hurt his feelings. So because he wasn't like being man enough for me basically. So then he just continues to text her, and I'm just like, you know what, like this is like, it just made me feel so sad because I was like, you literally didn't text me back after like certain things like that I said. I was just like, and you're just texting her, like it just shows like she won kind of. I was like this hurts. This hurts. Like this fucking hurts, obviously. Like this hurts. It hurts as shit. Hurts as shit. So I'm just like, what am I supposed to do here? So then she starts talking about like different things about sexy anime, like talking about like how basically she didn't like, I don't think he ever showed her his mom. Like there's certain things like he's done with me that I'm like, I know I'm still the winner. I was just like, I'm like, wow, he didn't do that with you, he did it with me. Like there's certain things like I had an advantage over, like that he did with me than with her. So I was like, okay, it like secured my spot, but I was also like, huh? And then it was also this comment that she said. She was like, oh well, I don't have a problem with you. I'm like, I was like, I don't have a problem with you. And then I was like, or she said sister wives, like, oh, I guess we'll just be sister wives. I was like, no. In my mind I'm like, I guess so, but I mean, I think I said I guess so or something, but in my mind I'm like, hell no, it's mine. I don't know what you thought this was, but he is mine. He is mine. Like I got so mad because this whole time I wanted to beat Lindsay. Like I wanted to beat her so bad because I know they had like a serious thing going on. Like I already know, like he already told me about her, so like I know they had like a serious thing, and all I want to do is just like beat her. I'm like, you know what, like I'm better basically. So that's what I was like, I really wanted to do that because like I have a bigger ass. I feel like I have more titties. Like I feel like I'm just better. I don't know. But I just wanted to beat her. Like I wanted to beat her. And it's the fact that like I basically lost and I was just embarrassed, hurt, sad, angry, all those things. And yes, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because there's a lot more to this story that I'm not saying yet because right now we're just gonna leave it on the fact that we're gonna leave it on the fact that basically I blocked him on all social media. The next morning I texted him this thing on Instagram. I'm like, blah 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 blah, Lee, rapist. I say rapist at the end. I'm like, you fucking disgusting ass rapist. Which, honestly, I should have oh, was my light on this whole time? I should have honestly, like, went to him about it and asked him about it and was like, did you do this or whatever? Like, that's my fault. Like, I shouldn't have just, like, you know, called him that straight up. But he got pretty mad about that. So then he just blocked me on everything. He blocked me on everything. And he said, like, this message. He was like, don't worry, I've deleted everything. I was like, my heart literally broke. I was like, what? And he deleted me. He unblocked me. I mean, he blocked me on everything. On everything. Snapchat, Instagram, not Twitter, because we don't follow each other on there, but still, like, I think we just try not to, like, I don't think he thinks I look at his Twitter, even though I do. And then I think he looks at my Twitter, but I don't know if he does. So I just didn't do that. But, like, all the other stuff blocked me. Phone, everything blocked me. I was like, what? Huh? My heart broke. And I was like trying to get him to text me back. I'm like, just get him to text me. Like, just get him to text me. Please, just get him to text me. Like, I just need him to text me. So I text my friend. I text our friend. His name is, I'm gonna say Dink. Even though Dinky is like my cousin's name, but I'm gonna call him Dink. So I texted Dink and I was like, which really Dink is Sexy Anime's friend. Like they're friends, but like I'm like, I texted him, I'm like, can you just get him to text me back? Like, I'm literally in love with your friend, like all this stuff. Like, now that I look back, hopefully, like, I feel like I look embarrassing. I feel like I look so embarrassing. Because whenever I was explaining to him, I was just like reflecting and I was like saying how I wasn't myself, all this stuff, when basically it was because I just called him a rapist. It wasn't because of anything else that I said, which is embarrassing. But I was just scared. I'm like, I really wanted him to text me back. And he was like, no, I can't get him to text you back, whatever, because you called him that, this, that. Like, literally, I couldn't eat. I could barely sleep. Like, my heart literally hurt. Couldn't stop crying. I was so hurt. I was like, wow. And the fact that, like, I felt like they were still talking, I was like, and I just felt like he chose her, basically. I was like, he chose her. So, like, that's just what, like, that's just what was going through my mind. I was like, he chose her. And we're basically done and over with, and I guess I just gotta get over this. So I'll leave it at that. Like for a part 2, you guys, because there's a lot more to the story. There's a lot more to the story. Ooh. There's a lot more to the story. So like for a part 2, because right now, at this point in time, we're not texting. I'm heartbroken. Trying to get him to text me back. I tried, even before he blocked me on Snapchat, I was like trying to get him to add, I was trying to add him, text him, all this stuff. Didn't even do that. Like, I was hurt, y'all. I was so hurt. So hurt. Like, I couldn't eat. It was bad. So, yeah, anyways, like for part 2, comment down below your reaction to the story, because it's definitely, it's good getting this off my chest. I told one of my friends this, which thank God I told her, but like, it's just good, like, just getting it off my chest and just putting it out there, because it's like, huh, what? So, yeah, I'm gonna get off this, edit this, and maybe film my part 2. Oh my god, I hate when lip gloss does that. Like, creates like a white film. So annoying. But yeah, look at my other videos about different topics that I have, different story times. Oh yeah, this is just a story time. I don't know why I didn't just say that at the beginning, but this is just like a story time that I just want to, put on my channel because this is my life in real time. This happened, I think this happened 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this happened 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So, just full of drama, basically. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for listening. Like for part 2, bitches. Subscribe, ho.